Hello and welcome to a special episode of Tea Time with me, Shaili Chopra. Today's guest is a bit of an institution. He's one man who joined the military while he was doing aeronautical engineering and then quickly quit to handle the family business of large land holdings from 40 acres to 4,000, then 10,000 acres. A one man whose small meeting with Rajiv Gandhi over a car breakdown changed his entire life, and what made him the master of business was a quick meeting with Jack Welch, who taught him the basics of business. With me, Shaili Chopra on Tea Time, let's catch up with KP Singh of DLF. Mr. KP Singh, thank you so much for joining us.
Hi, Shaili.
It's such a pleasure, and it's just gorgeous that you agreed to be on the show on your very own course at a great time of the year. You know, where we stand today, perhaps this is not what you might have imagined many years ago, because this was really attractive land that perhaps DLF owned years ago, just in nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
What was this piece before it became DLF?
Well, let me answer a question differently. What was Gurgaon before this came around? Frankly, first when I came to Gurgaon was 1981. There were virtually absolutely two kikar trees, only two kikar trees. There was nothing in this area, desolate, barren. Only used to see odd camels floating around because, there is a way to extract water from the wells and all. So, insofar as this area is concerned, if I know that, yes, this is a part of Wazirabad. And I remember when I came here, I came in a jeep. And there I saw a blue bull, because there are little ravines like this one.
Right.
So if I picture the land which I bought at that time, it was absolutely barren and stray animals here and there. It was my accidental meeting with the late Mr. Rajiv Gandhi, and that led on to the development. Otherwise, this wouldn't have never happened.
That's true. We're going to talk about that really interesting meeting over a car breakdown between Mr. KP Singh and Rajiv Gandhi a little ahead. But I want to now quickly pick up golf with him, because that's been a big passion with you, golf. And, that's one of the reasons why in your real estate, there's a huge element of that game. How did golf happen to KP Singh?
Well, frankly, I've always been a sportsman in my life, and in my college days I used to play. I started even horses were my love at that time. Then I joined the army. So in army, this horses plus the golf is also a game which comes next to officers. So I actually picked up from the army.
I see.
And then it carried on.
Mr. KP Singh, how many people actually know that while golf came to you from military, that KP Singh had anything to do with military in the first place? How did army happen in your life?
Well, there's a long story. Question is, I've had, let's say, fortunately, unfortunately, a lot of accidents in my life. In the sense,
those that have helped you turn around yourself.
Yes, I will call it. They are destinies and accidents. There's no logic, because I was doing aeronautical engineering in England in 1948, and now aeronautical engineering is engineering of a very high-tech nature. But I used to play polo there in England. And then I got to, when I used to play polo as a student, the General Vadalia, then Brigadier Vadalia, he was the military advisor. And he used to say, you come around and play sometime. And he picked up one day to me and he said, hang, two things don't coexist.
Aeronautical engineering and sports?
Polo. He said, what the hell are you doing in this thing?
So time to join the army.
And he actually actively encouraged me.
You very quickly decided to leave it.
In our family, and my father-in-law, who was instrumental in persuading me to leave, because he had two daughters and no son. So he said, listen, I've done my bit. There is nobody to carry on. So how about giving me a helping hand? So I just thought of quitting, and that's how I left the army and then joined and my first assignment was to breed horses.
Before the real estate opportunity knocked, we will talk about that, more about golf players and all of that in just a bit. what stage of your life did Jack Welch happen? Was it on the golf course, or
No.
golf was a fallout of it?
No, Jack Welch, no, frankly, it's nothing to do with golf, not at all. Jack is incidentally a great player. He's a true handicap.
Probably the best corporate golfer in the world.
Yes, he's very good. But I met Jack Welch in a different thing, because purely from a business point of view, he was, I was trying to tell, I met in a lot of, we had a common friend who was called Paulo Fresco. Actually, he was then the vice chairman of General Electric, and he was in charge of all the development of global businesses. So we hit on very well with each other.
Okay.
So it is Paulo Fresco who was wanting to bring GE into India, and he just said, could I help? In that connection I got to with Jack, and once I got involved, and then so I developed great friendship with him. He eventually became a great friend of mine.
So one thing that you thought that you learned from Jack at that stage, because even DLF was beginning to come out, on its own and build up Gurgaon, which eventually sort of started the BPO boom from a real estate standpoint.
One, Jack is like a no-nonsense man. I mean, no verbose. You've got to be straight to the point to him.
Right.
And when you get on, so your mind gets trained to remain very focused when you talk to him. And I think this is the way of life, the way he's done his business.
True.
I learned this great art with him, is to remain focused.
He always just says winning is everything. Is that what KP Singh also follows?
Well, he doesn't say winning is everything. Winning the right way is everything.
Okay, the right way, right on the course in just a bit. Not bad. We're on the fairway. For business and for Mr. KP Singh at this stage, is life beginning to tell you that it's time to slow down a little bit?
Well, I don't think a person slows down, frankly. Your priorities get changed.
Okay.
I don't believe there's a stage. Frankly, I'm almost 80 and I'm active.
Right.
I enjoy every bit of it.
They say that, when you break 100 in golf, you need to watch your game, but when you break 80 in age, then you've got to watch your business. Is that true with that?
No. I would say, frankly, once you reach 75, I think is in fitness of thing that the business must be then should be handled by younger people. They should run it.
You see the future of DLF through the eyes of your granddaughters?
I do. And would you believe, the other day, I'll give you an example, for example. I've got two granddaughters, okay? One is Savitri, her name is Savu, I call her, and another is Anushka. Now, other day I rang up, I said, where is Savu? I said, she's in the office. I said, what is she? 10, 11 o'clock. Now, she is workaholic, but highly efficient. She's in charge now, or getting charge of the malls and all.
Okay.
And she is really turning things around. Another is Anushka. Now, she's sharp to the core. Both these girls, take it from me, they will drive our business faster than their father is driving, and much faster than what I could ever drive.
What's your vision though? Because I'm sure they want to carry forward the legacy. And the legacy actually was created by you. For your granddaughters to take this to whatever level that they can achieve to their best, what is your vision?
See, my vision is that whatever we do, I mean, I've done it, this real estate development, because this is the only business I knew.
It's very interesting that you mentioned that, because there's this huge debate today. Is India's real estate sector using the whole affordable housing story only in hindsight? Is it a backup? Why has it not been given enough priority? What is your view on that?
Whole approach of regulatory approach towards urban development last 50 years have been completely wrong in my view.
Okay.
I've said, because that was based immediately after independence on a philosophy and concept of thinking small and managing shortages. That was because it was considered that people will have bicycles and scooters, not realizing India will become one day prosperous. The only answer to urban development is think big and create surpluses.
No, this takes me back to a piece of history, which is your tryst with Rajiv Gandhi over a car breakdown. Now, what is it that he actually helped you with in terms of the right thinking on policy, or the way he sort of supported your whole theory about Gurgaon and development, urban development, that actually worked for you? Because it was a trigger right hidden in what Rajiv Gandhi ended up doing.
What he had then just left the private sector, and he with Mr. Arun Singh